Brought to you by Hill's Pet Nutrition. Vet's #1 choice.
The cruelty thing, this dog was one of the cases that really affected me while I was there. It's not that clear to see, but this photo on the left here is the day that the dog was brought to the mobile clinic. And that is a partially severed neck, basically. And he was pretty much collapsed in shock, totally septic. And a lot of the cruelty cases they see aren't like here, where you get someone who's drunk and they've beaten up their wife and then kicked the Labrador or whatever. They're often unintentional cases. So in his circumstances, the owner of this dog, who had looked after him quite well, had to go away for work and had asked the people who were looking, who then moved into his shed that he lived in, to look after his dog, and they didn't feed the dog properly, so the dog killed a chicken. So they tied the dog up with a piece of wire, and by the time the owner came back, he was like that, and the owner brought him to us. We dressed it. He was nowhere near strong enough to have any sort of surgery done on that to start with. So he had antibiotics and food and dressings and so on. And the picture on the right is a couple of days later, and you can see you know, even in a dog that malnourished, the granulation rate is quite phenomenal. The second day he was there, I walked in the morning, and I walked over to his cage, and he wagged his tail at me. I started crying then as well. But it's one of the great things about working with animals. I think they constantly surprise you.
This presentation is brought to you by Hill's Pet Nutrition. Vet's #1 choice.